My cheapskate vegetarian friend always tries to subtly leech off of me, so I started adding meat to everything I eat, and now her broke pockets are crystal clear. Posted by you/annoying friendin'? So, I have a friend who is a vegetarian and very entitled. She believes that her money is hers, and my money is ours. I love sharing food with friends. I eat almost exclusively family style, but I hate sharing food with this friend because she does not share food with me. To avoid confrontation, I have started exclusively ordering meat items whenever we eat together. Recently, we went out to eat, and I ordered chili cheese fries and added steak. My friend interjected and asked if we could get the steak on the side so we could share. The waiter was like, sure, and I kind of just stared blankly, silently fuming. But then, when the fries came, I immediately dumped all the steak on the fries and started mixing. She was like, wait. And I said, oh, oops, sorry, and continued eating. She said she would have ordered more food if we weren't sharing, and I said, well, then order it. But she didn't because she was trying to save money. She ate her sad salad and kind of passive-aggressively said, man, I wish I had some fries with this too. I ignored the tone and just responded cheerily, you should get some, they're good. Hopefully, she gets the hint soon. Commenter. Genuine question, has anyone ever expressed that it annoys them when she does this? Sometimes people don't realize they're being annoying. If you haven't already, I would try to set the boundary that you don't mind sharing food if she also shares. Tell her that you understand she needs to save money, but that it doesn't mean you can afford for her to keep eating your food too. If she doesn't take it well, that's a sign to distance yourself. If she apologizes and works on it, it could be genuine ignorance. Ops response. Yes, there have been multiple attempts at setting boundaries in the past, going all the way back to when we were little. That's when I learned that most people would rather keep the peace by placating the dramatic person rather than holding them accountable. She is manipulative. There was a whole issue at prom where she didn't pay her share for the limo. The kid who did wouldn't let her on, so she cried, and the kid's parents felt bad, covered for her, and made the kid apologize. She always has a sob story, always plays the victim. I've even offered to help her apply for a job where I work, as a busser, because I, too, thought she just needed help. Again, she's manipulative. Before my eyes were opened, she said to my face, I could never bus tables. Is there a host position open? This isn't her only thing. She is manipulative and selfish in every way. Some people see it, some people don't. And until everyone sees it, I'm not going to be the hero that calls her out on it. Update 2 months later. My post blew up, and lots of people asked for an update. Nothing too interesting happened until last week, so here it goes. Long story short, I'm no longer friends with Mooch. Another instance happened that was the catalyst for me, but I didn't make a dramatic show of it. I just slowly stopped going on outings where Mooch was invited. All of my friends seemed to think Mooch isn't that bad, so they weren't really willing to ice her out for me, which is totally understandable. Unfortunately, this means I've stopped hanging out with most of my friends. That is, until last week. My friends had planned a short spring break trip to Mexico. I didn't go because Mooch was invited. I even warned them that Mooch was going to make it miserable, but no one listened to me. And, shocker to everyone except for me, the trip was awful. She didn't pay for a single thing. She still owes people her portion of the Airbnb and gas money for the drive. Additionally, she had a sour mood any time plans didn't go her way. Example, the group wants to go to the markets, Mooch wants to rent a boat, majority rules, so they go to the market. Mooch has a giant frown and makes sure everyone knows she's having a bad time. One night, everyone went clubbing. She got tired and wanted to go home, but no one wanted to leave with her. She waited around with her giant frown, clearly hoping someone would leave with her so she wouldn't have to pay for the Uber. She finally ordered an Uber for herself, and after it arrived, 2 girls decided they were actually tired too, so they took the Uber with her. She had the audacity to Venmo request them for money for the Uber, after not paying for anything else the entire trip. And one of the girls she Venmo requested was the one who had paid for the Airbnb that Mooch still hadn't reimbursed. For the record, everyone else took turns paying for Ubers and no one Venmo requested each other. This was the first and only Uber Mooch had ever paid for. That girl immediately started a group chat with a few people from the trip and me, with my favorite thing to hear, op, you were right. Then I got to sit back and watch as everyone vented to me about everything terrible that happened on the trip. So, it sounds like these 5 people, plus me, are done with her. I'm not sure how the rest of the group feels, but at least I have 5 people I can hang out with regularly again. The incident that made up cut off the friendship. I was her ride to a group activity. Right before I was about to leave, my mom picked a fight with me about my room being a mess. When my mom and I argue, she can be kind of mean, so I was sobbing, and my friends know this. I texted my friends that I couldn't come anymore because my mom grounded me. Mooch replied, but you were my ride. I asked the group if someone else could pick her up. Everyone else lives kind of far, and no one wanted to go out of their way to get Mooch. She then called me and asked if Even though I couldn't hang out, I could at least pick her up, drop her off at the hangout location, and then pick her up again at the end of the night. She even said, "I feel like your mom would understand that you made the commitment to drive me." I just said no, and to her credit, she accepted it, ending with, "Well, that sucks, I hope you feel better," because she could tell I had been crying. That was the final straw for me.